So I wanted to show you something which got released yesterday on Notion. This is really brilliant. Let's assume that you create a database and it's a task database as usual, with let's say a task just being a test task. Okay, and let's say that I'm responsible and the task is due, let's say today. Okay, now what happens is that I've created 3 formula properties, and depending on the person who is responsible, I'd like to extract the first name and the last name. And I'd like to understand that when due is reflecting as past due, today, this week, or next week, depending on when it is due. So let's look at what Notion has released. So they've got this new AI function where you can just write out text. So let's say in this text, what we want as a formula is that if the date is before today, then say past due. And if the date is today, say today. And if the date is later this week, say this week. If it's later in next week, say next week. And if it's due later than that, say due later. Now past due is to be colored in red. Today is yellow, and the other dues are in green. And now I let it go back and reason and create the formula. So you can see the whole formula being created, and it says null is not defined, and it went back and created it again, and now it's gone back and created it. Even though there was an error initially, it recreated it automatically. Now I just say done, and it will say today. So let's say today is 22nd. Let's say I do it as 21st. Let's say I do it as 23rd. Let's say I do it as 24th. Let's say I do it as 30th. And let's say I do it as 4th. You can see due later. Now we can go back and let's say take the responsible property. So I'll say responsible property, extract the first name from that property, and go back and click it here. And you can see that the formula has been correctly defined, and it's taken first from the responsible property, and then you can see it here. Now I do the same exact thing here, and then here I say from the responsible property, can you extract the last name for that property? And I say do, and now it is searching and doing the same, and it's written the formula, and I say done, and it's extracted the property. So you see, you just need to do things in English now. You don't need anything else. And it can be as complex as defining colors, or it could be as simple as just extracting the first name and the last name. I hope this is really helpful. Enjoy your day.